And Hartford, now one person is dead and more than 24 others are displaced after a fire ripped through a senior living apartment building last night. Tonight, people are hoping some changes can be made to prevent another tragedy.
Fox 61's Alicia Hercules has more.
The people in this building say that this was a tragedy. One person even says it was preventable. Firefighters were called to the 600 block of Prospect Avenue, not far from the Hartford-West Hartford line, after receiving multiple 911 calls. When they arrived on the scene, they saw a fire on the top floor of the building. Sadly, the Hartford District Fire Chief says one person died in the fire. Vivian Boss lives inside the building. She wanted to remain off camera, but says when the fire alarm went off, she instantly feared for some of the people who have a hard time getting around.
I was just knocking on people's doors with my cell phone as loud as I could, and I got out because that's when I felt the soot, even though I was on the other end.
Boss says oftentimes the fire alarms go off in the building, making it difficult to know whether there's an actual fire.
Because usually when the alarm goes off, somebody falls asleep, and they forget they have hot dogs on the stove, and the alarm will go off.
Boss says the fire alarm was going off for a few minutes before anyone called 911. Now she wishes she or someone else called for help sooner. Richard Hall says the fire happened above his apartment. He says he's thankful for his life, but is heartbroken to learn someone died.
It's sad. It's always sad when someone passes, and even more so when there's a fire involved. It's a terrible way to leave this planet.
Hall and more than 24 others who were displaced by the fire are being helped by the Red Cross and are staying in local hotels for the time being. After this tragedy, Boss hopes that eventually all buildings will eventually have monitored fire alarms that will automatically contact the fire department when a fire happens.
I think it should be mandatory that if you own a building that is and you have fire alarms, it should be hooked up to the fire department, and we don't have to wait for people to call.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The people who were temporarily relocated to local hotels hope to be back in their apartments by next week. In Hartford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.